Hey, what's going on, folks? Bienvenue. My name is Wade, and this is Sabine River Valley. In today's video, I just kind of wanted to go over this tractor that I've been using for the past couple of weeks that my dealer let me borrow to do a flail mower video that needed a little bit smaller horsepower than what I own. And so he let me use this one. This is an LS MT232H, and it's a really nice compact tractor. Now I don't have anything to do with LS. I don't own an LS. This is the first time that I've actually used an LS. So I do have some hours on it with the flail mower. So I've got a little bit of experience with it now, and I just kind of wanted to go through what I've learned from it, what I've learned about it, and let you know whether I like it or not. What we'll do though is we'll go back to Big Tech's tractor and we'll show some footage from there of Leon talking about the tractor. And then I'll just kind of come in with some points that I want to show off and maybe kind of explain a few things as we're talking about it through that. So let's get started. So I'm here about an hour away from Sabine River Valley, and I'm in Caddo Mills, Texas, and I'm at my first ever tractor dealership, Big Tech's tractor, and I'm here with the owner of Big Tech's tractor, and his name is Leon. So hey Leon, how are you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm glad to be a part of your video.
Thank you. I'm glad that you're a part of the video. So what are we looking at here today?
So this is an MT232H. There's an open station and it's a premium model. This tractor comes with a bunch of extra features which you will not find on any other brand. So they come in as standard. Feature like third function valve already built in, joysticks with the button that connects to the third function valve, the EG RPM interlock, the panic button, which is the kill button. Press the button here and to kill the tractor.
Wow.
External 3-point lift lever, extendable low lift link, standard one set rear remote, and this tractor comes with all LED lights. That's the good thing. That's nice. What I like about it. And side step on both sides, metal fender, metal hood, which I love about a modern tractor. Yeah. You don't see that. They come with a lot of plastic fenders or hood. Very wide open platform. Another feature I like about the key switch is right here. For me, it's not a big deal. I'm short, but for American people, they tall and big. They tend to hit the knee to it. So LS pay attention to the detail of it. This tractor also have tilt steering and armrests on both sides, suspension seat, and a bunch of other features like a link pedal. It acts like an automatic.
So it's an auto throttle, but you can disable the auto throttle, which is fantastic.
Good.
If you're gonna have auto throttle, which is a great thing, it's always nice to be able to disconnect that.
Yeah, some people like using manually. Some people like to lock it and use auto throttle. And it's also have cruise control too.
Nice. So the tractor, first off, has a auto throttle or linked pedal. I guess that's what's actually on the button here. And what you do is you have the tractor on and you're not moving, you're not traveling. You don't have to, I don't believe you have to have the brake in or anything like that. So you have your hydrostat pedals centered. You don't have your brake pushed in. You come here and you push this button. Now, it's not gonna lock forward. When you let go of it, it'll go back. But what'll happen is when you push this, over here on your dash next to the RPMs, it's actually going to come up and it's going to say something like link throttle or link pedal is actually going to light up. And that's how you know that auto throttle is engaged. And from there on, you don't have to touch the throttle here to, to give it more speed, to give it more RPMs. All you've got to do is come down here and hit either one of your pedals and just push it in harder. The harder you push it in, the more throttle you're gonna get. So I'll crank this up real quick and I'll let you see that light come on the dash. All right, you can see that there's no light on here, right? So I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna take my foot off the brake. So no foot on the brake, pedals are even. I'm just gonna come over here and I'm gonna push this button. Now you can see that it says linked pedal right here. So watch, I'll push the button again and it goes off. I'll push it in again and it comes on. And that's how you activate the linked pedal, or the auto throttle is what I've heard it called, and a lot of people call that. Now, there's something else that's pretty cool on this tractor too, and that's the EG RPM. And what this does is it'll let you have the tractor at a lower RPM. Let's just say that, I like to run around 1,500 to 2,000 RPMs in my tractor if I'm not working it hard at the moment. So let's say that's what you're at 1,500. But now you're using the bucket maybe to grab some material, and it's just not enough RPMs for the weight that you've got in that bucket. What's cool is this little button here. So right here on the side of your joystick for your loader, this is the EG RPM button. And what you'll do is you'll hold this button down and it's gonna activate it. So you'll hold it down for a few seconds, and I'll come over here, I'll show you. So you just pull that down and it's gonna activate the throttle control. So I'm gonna turn it off. To turn it off, you do the same thing. You push it down and hold it. And what you're looking for is over here on your dash. You see where it says LS on there? Watch that. I'm gonna hold this down. And now it says throttle control joystick. So that right now, if I come back over and I move this up, listen to the sound of the tractor. And I'll let you maybe see the RPMs at the same time. I don't know. Here we go. So I just revved the RPMs to 2,700. You see that? Now I'm gonna let go. Right, and see, I wasn't touching the throttle over here. I was just using the button here. And then to disable it, I'm gonna hold that button down again, and you can watch it right here on the screen. Hold it down, and then it goes off. So that is the EG RPM, and it called it your joystick throttle control right there. And I love that. That's a really cool feature. I used it a little bit earlier today, just putting around with it just to see how it would work, and it's really nice. That's a really nice feature. So one of the things that's just standing out to me right now, because I'm looking at this sign, is this lift capacity.
Right.
Of 2,500 pounds, 2,505. That's big time.
Right.
That's, there are a lot of things about tractors that people need, but there's also wants in a tractor, right? So, and a lot of the want that people have for their tractors is more lift capacity.
Yes.
And this one seems to do that.
So you don't see any low compact model out there in the market. And I have to give LS team a big credit that they step up the game on the lifting. A lot of people out there, they want a compact side with great lifting. That way they can go into the narrow area and lift a heavy object. Contractor do that. Lift AC unit, a ton of pallet of feed, so on, so on. So right now, this model is the best of lifting on the market. You won't see another tractor that have 2,500 pound lifting capacity at the pins in this size.
In this size,
Yes.
right. Well, that's great.
Now, one thing I also mentioned about LS, they redesigned their loader and backhoe to a 4-point mount. They are a lot more rigid and they are a lot more stronger. You don't see a lot of that loader fail or bolt falling off or twist and bent.
Okay. So one of the things that stood out to me is that you said this comes with a third function valve
Yes.
already on it.
Yes.
So you don't have to come to the dealership, pick this tractor out and say, hey, can you add the third function to this tractor?
No.
So something that I'd like to kind of talk about real quick here is that Leon mentioned that this comes with the third function valve already installed, and it absolutely does, but it does not come with the lines run to the front of the loader. So you can see here are your connections for those lines for you to hook that up and run that to the front. I don't know why they did this way. It is nice that it has the valve on it, right? That's going to save you some money, but I don't know. I would have liked to have seen the lines run all the way. I also know that you can get hard lines, or your dealer can supply you with, soft lines, some soft hoses for this. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that you understand that it does have the valve on it, but it does not have the lines going to the front of the loader.
See, the cool thing about this tractor that they have probably 12 features, upgraded features, and these are the two of them. Between the economy and the premium, the 12 features only cost you approximately $1,800 to $2,000, depending on the dealers. If you buy it the way it is, if you upgrade piece by piece, it's going to be a lot more expensive. So think about it. The third function valve by itself already costs you approximately $1,200 to $1,500 bucks.
But then you got to have it installed.
Yes. So with all these 12 features in this tractor, it only costs you $1,800 to $2,000. It's really, really worth it.
Wow. I'm very surprised and pleasantly surprised at that. I would love it if that was just an option on some type of model for most tractors across across all brands, because there's not very many people today. I don't think so. I can't quantify this, but I don't think there's very many people today that are coming in going, you know what? I don't need a third function. I'll never need a third function. It seems like most of the tractor buyers today want these things on their tractor. Another thing that you mentioned is something that I see all the time. The moment someone buys a tractor, they get online on one of the forums and want to ask, hey, does anybody know what LEDs I can change out to for this tractor? I drove this at night and I couldn't see anything. So what are y'all doing for, to change your bulbs over or remove them and replace them with LEDs? And this one already comes with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is all LED, already a standard feature. And that's what I like about it. It's really bright. For the open station, you have the rear LED and you have a front LED headlights. But for the cab model, and I really like about it, is also have the front work lights, LEDs, the rear work lights, also LED. And then they also have the bracket for you to mount additional
Lights.
lights.
Wow.
That way you have a 360 light. You can mount 2 in the rear, 2 in the front. Or you can turn the rear at different angle to have better view if you don't want to add additional light. On the premium cab, when you open the doors, that LED will
The
shine.
dome light. The dome light.
Oh, the dome light is inside the cab, but
Okay.
this is outside.
Oh, so
you,
like an approach feature, like when you walk up to a car and
you open it
open
and
the
just
door.
basically shine bright right there where your walk area.
That's something that you see on luxury vehicles.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And they have that
they
feature.
have it on the tractors.
So
That's great.
as soon as you open the door, it just that LED light just pop out and shine right there in that area for you to see everything.
That's nice. That's super nice.
So it's a lot of features that we like a lot about it.
Wow. So another just something I like about this tractor, and I don't know if it's just this one specifically or it's a lot of LS models, but you've got the hood here, right, to open up. And this actually comes with a push button to release the hood. And you just reach over and it comes right on up. And I really appreciate that. I love that. On my tractor, I've got a little latch that you can, you just kind of push over to the side one way or the other, but it's very susceptible of getting grabbed by any kind of material that you've got there and bent. And I've found mine bent before and had to bend it back. So just having the push button there is, I think, a plus. But since we have this open, let's come in and take a look at the power plant on this thing. So if I can get you in there, this is a 32 horsepower Yanmar engine. So you're getting a really good quality engine in this tractor. To me, that's a big plus. So, I don't know a whole lot about LS. I do have a few friends that have them, and I do know that LS makes a lot of tractors for a lot of brands. I believe the Workmasters and the Boomers, maybe not all of them, but I believe some of them for New Holland. They're making some of the Farmall models for Case International. So they make a lot of tractors that a lot of people are out there using and probably don't realize that LS is the manufacturer for that. But with that said, I do know that Yanmar engine in there is a good engine. And that's one that can be trusted. So that's just, one more thing about this tractor that's really nice. Now there's one more thing that I want to go over that I think is pretty cool that I haven't used yet and want to try it out. So to do it, I'm gonna have to crank the tractor up. All right, let's hop down. So let's say we got the tractor on. We're working on some big implement, right? I got my mower, my flail mower here, sitting here. And let's say I'm doing something and something's not right. And I need that tractor to be off. On the fender, there's a button here. And let's say something happens and it's not good and you need to shut this tractor off. You're supposed to just be able to push that button. Now, I've never done it before. Got the tractor on, let's see what it does. Look at that, shut it off. That's pretty cool. I gotta be honest with you though. I wish they had it on that side too. I wish they had put it on both sides. So no matter what side you were on, you could cut that off. But that is still pretty nice to have on the back of the tractor. I haven't seen that on another tractor, and maybe some bigger ones have it. I don't know, maybe some more expensive ones have it, but that's the only time I've ever seen it. So I do like that feature. Again, I just wish it was on both sides of the tractor. Well, that's the tractor in a nutshell, right? I believe we got some good information on that, but I did tell you that I would give you my opinion on it, and if I like the tractor or not, would this be something that I would be interested in? And I gotta tell you, yeah, I would. It's a really nice tractor. It's a 32 horsepower. You know, I've got a big 67 horsepower utility tractor, and there's just certain things I can't do with it. It's a cab tractor. There's certain places that I just don't take it. I do get it out around trees and tree limbs and stuff, but I'm real careful with that. But there are some places out there that I won't take it. It's a small, nimble tractor. And I say that, but it's not really that small. It's a good size. It's a 32 horsepower tractor. It's not your subcompact. It is a compact tractor. And it's got a good Yanmar engine in it that I really like. It handled that mower like a pro. That mower, you're supposed to have, I think, a minimum of 30 PTO horsepower. And this one is like 26 or something like that PTO horsepower, and it ran that mower like it wasn't nothing. And I cut some pretty big stuff with that, and it did great. So the tractor as a tractor just works. It does a great job, but it's got some really nice features that I really like. I loved that EG RPM, you know, the auto throttle there on the joystick. I really enjoy that. I like the auto throttle. I like that you can disable it or enable it right there from the seat. There's no unconnecting or doing anything to the tractor to turn that on or off. It's a good tractor. It's a great one. And if you're looking for something in this size, you know, this would be something that I would consider. I would actually consider this tractor for this size, and I think it's a great size. So anyway, well, I really appreciate y'all watching. Thank you very much. And Lord willing, I'll see y'all on the next one.